I'm Matt with etrailer. Today we're going to be talking about SmartStraps Carbon X ratcheting straps. Now the ones we're talking about today are going to be the ones that are 10 feet in length and 1.25 inches in width. So what really stands out to me about these straps are how easy they are to use and how smooth they actually feel to actually ratchet down. They're going to be a perfect application if you have anything smaller like a small ATV or motorcycle, or if you have some lighter cargo like we have on our trailer today. So I'm going to demonstrate how to use these. It's pretty much going to be like any other ratchet strap out there. We're just going to pull that trigger on the outside and pull open. This one I'm not feeling any catching so far, so that's pretty nice. I've had some ratchet straps in the past where as soon as I'm even trying to open them for the first time, it's not a very smooth process. Now we're going to feed this through the back side. That is a kind of a tricky process with this extra little strap on here, but that strap comes in handy later on. I'll talk about that later. With that through, what I'm going to do is hook this on to my trailer somewhere, and then we're going to grab this, just toss it over to the other side. Now what's unique about the other side is we're going to have this loop here. So when I do try to secure this down, I actually don't have to hook this hook to a point on the frame or even one of those E-track spots. What I can do instead is pull that all the way through and hook it just like this. It's really just going to come down to personal preference, but if you have any type of motorcycle, I know a lot of people will use this to kind of wrap around one of the mounting locations of the motorcycle so it doesn't scratch anything up. Now that we have that side done, we can come over here now, pull on this to make sure it's nice and tight, ratchet it down some. Now something I do want to point out is right now the corners we have are okay, they're not super sharp. Now if you have some super sharp corners on the load that you're trying to carry, I'd recommend checking out some corner protectors. We have some by Erickson here on our website that make sure your straps don't get frayed and damaged when you are using them. And it's also important, since this kit does come with 2 straps, that you use both of them, because when you have any type of load, it is recommended to have at least 2 straps on that load. And we are going to have that hook and loop strap that I was talking about earlier, and we can actually secure that down so you don't have all this excess strap flying down the road. There's a couple different ways you can do this. Some people will just take that strap and fully stretch it out so they don't have to deal with a bundle, or you could just bundle it up in a section over here because this hook and loop strap is pretty long. But me personally, I like this way. Now when it comes to the construction of these straps, they're going to be well built. Now these are going to be 10 feet in length, so for anything smaller like this, we have a little bit of excess strap, but not too much, maybe about 2 or 3 feet. So if you have any larger items, I'd recommend grabbing some longer straps. But typically with those larger items, it's going to have a lot more weight with it. So that's something to consider too. So this is going to be rated for 1,000 pounds for your work and load limit and 3,000 pounds for your brake limit. Really what the difference there is, your work and load limit is what's recommended when you're hauling and actually using this to strap your items down. Stay under 1,000 pounds because the 3,000 marker is actually where it's going to break at. So overall, I think these are going to be a great set of straps if you're looking for something a little bit smaller for your smaller accessories and items. What's really nice is they're going to be a lot easier to bundle up than those larger straps. But if you have a heavier load or your load is constantly shifting to different sizes, then I'd recommend a different size. I'd recommend another one by SmartStrap that has the same style of ratchet, and that's going to be the ones that are going to be rated for 3,333 pounds. They're going to be yellow, so they're going to be easy to spot, just like these. Now, the only downside to them is they're going to be a little bit bigger, so they're not going to be as easy to store in your trailer. But the bright side is, even if they are a little bit overkill for your load, I'd rather have a little bit too much than not enough. But of course, if you guys have any other questions, let us know here at etrailer, and we'd love to see how you're using these straps and what type of loads you're securing down to your trailer. But again, I'm Matt, and thanks for watching.